I never thought a single conversation could completely change my life, but here we are. My name is Daniel, I'm 36, and I used to believe that my marriage to Emily was unshakable. We had been together for 8 years and married for 5, and like every husband who thinks he knows his wife, I assumed that love alone would keep us together. I was wrong. Dead wrong. Emily had always been straightforward, sometimes brutally so, but I never imagined that honesty could hurt this much. The first warning signs were subtle, almost laughable at the time. Little remarks about how she wished things were different, or joking about being bored at home. I brushed them off, thinking it was her way of teasing, her playful sarcasm that I had grown accustomed to. I never realized that beneath the jokes, there was a storm gathering. It all began on a Thursday evening. I had stayed late at work, finishing some reports that were due the next morning. When I got home, Emily was unusually quiet. She was sitting on the couch, scrolling through her phone with a look I couldn't quite read. "Hey, I'm home," I said, dropping my bag by the door. She glanced up, forced a smile, and muttered something about dinner being cold. That was the first moment I felt something was wrong, but I didn't press. After dinner, Emily asked to talk, which should have been normal, but there was an edge to her voice. She said, "Daniel, I've been thinking a lot, and I need to be honest with you." My heart sank because that tone always precedes bad news. I regret every day I've spent with you." I froze. My fork clattered against the plate. I wanted to laugh, thinking she was joking, but the cold, steady look in her eyes told me otherwise. What do you mean?" I stammered, my voice barely above a whisper. She leaned back, crossed her arms, and for a moment, it felt like I was seeing a stranger. "I mean it, Daniel. Every single day with you feels wasted. I don't feel the love I thought I would. I feel trapped, like I made the wrong choice and I can't go back." I tried to reason with her, tried to remind her of the life we built together, the vacations, the house, the late-night talks, the little victories we shared. But nothing I said landed. Her eyes were already somewhere else, distant, like she was already gone, even though she was sitting right in front of me. I didn't know what to do, so I let the silence stretch between us, awkward and heavy. I wasn't used to her being this serious, and deep down, a part of me refused to accept it. Maybe it was shock. Maybe it was denial. Then, a few days later, everything escalated. It was a Saturday morning when there was a knock at the door. I wasn't expecting anyone, and when I opened it, I found a woman I didn't know standing there. She was tall, confident, and her eyes locked onto mine with an intensity one hadn't anticipated. "Hi, Daniel." "I'm her friend," she said, hesitating slightly. "She asked me to come by." My heart sank instantly. I could feel the tension rise, the kind that makes your stomach knot and your palms sweat. "Come in," I said, stepping aside. She entered, and the second she did, I realized that this wasn't just a friendly visit. There was purpose behind her presence, a mission she carried silently in her posture and her tone. She took a deep breath and began, "I know this isn't easy to hear, but Emily, she doesn't want to hurt you, but she thinks leaving is the best thing for both of you." I stared at her, trying to process the words, but they barely sank in. Why are you here? Why didn't she just say it herself?" The friend hesitated, almost as if she were weighing her words carefully. "She can't. She's afraid of your reaction. She knows you'd try to change her mind, and she's already decided. But she wanted me to explain, to give you closure in some way." Closure. The word felt like a knife twisting in my chest. I had never imagined that my wife, the woman I trusted, would outsource her honesty to someone else. And yet, there she was, a representative of the truth I didn't want to hear. "Look, Daniel, she regrets everything. She thinks she made a mistake," the friend continued, her voice steady but gentle. "But she wants you to know that it's not about you being unworthy. It's about her needing something she can't find here." I felt a surge of anger, disbelief, and heartbreak all at once. The person I thought I knew completely had been hiding a resentment so deep that she couldn't even tell me herself. And now, her friend was standing here, delivering a message I wasn't ready to receive. I sank into a chair, running my hands through my hair. "So what am I supposed to do with this?" I asked, my voice cracking slightly. The friend looked at me, her expression softening. "You don't have to do anything right now. Just know that she's serious. She's not joking. She's asking, in a way, asking you to let her go." I nodded slowly, even though I didn't feel ready to accept it. The room was silent for a moment, filled only with the weight of unspoken truths. I realized that life had shifted in ways I couldn't control. And in that quiet moment, I understood that sometimes, people leave not because they hate you, but because they've already checked out of the story you thought you were writing together.